Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, yes, it is your boy, okay? Long Beach Joe. It's me. It's me. And guess what? The Jets have just won their first game of the season, Jets beat the Rams 23-20. 23-20. I want everybody to call in tonight. 515-602-9639. Please call in. I want to hear everyone's perspective. There are some people that are extremely excited, some people that are not. Okay, some people that definitely are not. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook. Search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back, all right? Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show, okay? I love it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the show. I'm fired up, okay? I'm very fired up. Hopefully Blog Talk isn't tripping. I apologize again for everyone that called in last night. Having a great show. Blog Talk is terrible. You know, they're always trying to hate on me. But, you know, we'll continue to move forward. But let's put that behind us. That's in the past. Just like the Jets being winless is in the past. That's in the past. That's in the past. That's done. Because today, okay, today was our day. Today, the Jets beat the Rams 23-20. And let me tell you something. This Jets team came out inspired. They came out on fire. Do you hear me? So much fight. This defense played amazing. Quinnen Williams, before he went out, had some sacks. He made plays, got pushed. Let me tell you something. Nathan Shepard made plays. He got himself a sack as well. This defense was all over them. Young Bryce Hall with an interception that put us in a great situation. This defense came out to play. They fought. Marcus May with a great play at the end of the game to tip the ball away. Consistently making plays to put this team in the best position to win. Marcus May is a guy that this team needs to hang on to. I was extremely proud of this Jets defense today. They didn't give up. They were up against a team that if you listened to, media, if you listened to analysts, this was a team that should have scorched us by 50. And the defense, they didn't listen to that. They didn't listen to that. They said, it's our time. You think they're going to kill us? You think they're going to just step on us like we're nothing? Nah. Not today. Not today. Today is our day. Today is the day where we go out and we show them what we're about. Even though we're down, Fadokasi, even though we have some guys missing, that does not matter. We're going to go out there and fight today. Yeah, and that's what they did. They went out there and they fought. But the one thing that I was super impressed by today was the offense. The offense had some struggles, particularly in the red zone. There were some drives where I felt like we could have scored. We should have punched the ball in and we didn't get it in. But let me tell you something. Sam Darnold, all the pressure that's been on him recently, people questioning him publicly, people going around saying that the Jets are ready to move on from you, Sam. What do you think about Trevor Lawrence? Do you hear the people talking about Trevor Lawrence coming in for you? Do you think that you're the Jets franchise future? Do you think the Jets should bring you back? He silenced them today. 22 of 31, 207 yards. Consistent, accurate. Scramble, got away from pressure. Got away from Aaron Donald. And he should have had another touchdown if Berrios didn't drop it. Beautiful move. From his left to his right, scrambling away from pressure, put it right in the perfect position. Berrios drops it. But Sam kept going, wheeling, dealing. Second quarter, he was moving the ball down the field extremely well. And even though Adam Gase and his play calling in critical moments was trash, caca like usual, Sam Darnold overcame that. Sam Darnold overcame that today. So for the haters that were saying that he could not play, for the haters that said that we should get rid of him, he's inaccurate. Doesn't have what it takes in critical moments. Sam Darnold just stepped in to the LA Rams' home, a team that's 9-4, a team that's with a coach that's been to a Super Bowl before, a playoff team filled with stars, Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Floyd, Brockers, a team that's a playoff team this year and a Super Bowl contender as well this year. And he put them on notice. Don't overlook me. Sleep on Sam Darnold, you'll have nightmares about him. That's what happened today. I love it. I love it. He played extremely well. Did what it took, had no turnovers, no interceptions. Clean game. I wonder if the people that constantly bash him constantly have something to say negatively about Sam. I wonder what they'll be saying today. I wonder what they'll be saying tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, I can keep talking all day and all night because even the special teams had a big play as well, a block punt. That was huge. Set us up in great field goal or great position. I'm very proud of this Jets team. Not folding, not giving up on themselves, not letting the media, not letting the pressure, not letting nothing get to them. Continuing to push, continuing to fight, not giving up. That's why we play these games on Sunday. So I'm going to talk to the people tonight. If you want to call in, again, it's 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639. Please call in. I want to talk to everybody. I know some are going to be upset. I respect that. But I know some people are going to be excited as well, too. I want to hear that, too. I respect that as well. So, again, I got quite a bit of callers. We're going to be on quite a bit tonight. Please, everyone, be patient. I will get to everybody. Unless Blog Talk starts hating, then we'll reset the lines and come right back. Blog Talk, get it together. So first call I'm going to go to, again, everyone be patient. Also in the chat as well, my savages in the chat. I will be coming to you too. If this is your first time listening to me, all right, I live stream while I do my show. And let me tell you, my chat, savage. That's why I call them the savages. No one is safe. No one. No one is safe. Not even me. They question everything and everyone. You come with a bad take, they'll eat you alive. I'm telling you. They'll eat you alive. First call I'm going to go to, I'm going to get to the callers again. Savages in the chat, I'll get to you later. I'm going to get to Elias first. Elias, my man. Good to talk to you. Elias, you called in. We've definitely had discussions about different things that have gone on here. How are you feeling after this Jets win? What are your thoughts about the performance of Sam Darnold?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, man?
How's it going, man? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? How do you feel?
I'm not happy. I'm really glad. I'm glad to see Sam play well because at least I'd rather we didn't win with, Flacco playing or, Sam playing like crap and just the Rams being worse. But I'm not mad about Trevor Lawrence. Like, if Sam Darnold can be great, that's cool. I'm mad about the head coach. Like, we're going to have a worse head coach now. And that's what I'm bummed about.
Are we? Why would we have a worse head coach?
Because they'd rather work with Trevor Lawrence and Sam Darnold.
That's not true. That's not true. I think that's a bad narrative that people are painting. Let me explain to you why.
So at least you have the option.
Rams, the team we just yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. You have the option whether you want to roll Sam, Lawrence, with that first pick. But keep going.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I think that's a bad narrative. I think that's a bad narrative that people set. that because, if Sam Darnold stays here, if we don't get the first pick or whatever, goes on. But if Sam is here, that means that we're going to get a bad coach. That's not true. We just played a Rams team today that had Jeff Fisher as a coach a couple years ago, right? They looked at the situation and they said, well, they had Jared Goff there. They had a running back there at the time as well. That was pretty good. Gurley was there at the time as well. And the team wasn't going anywhere. Okay? And the front office of that football team, the franchise, the ownership as well, looked at that situation and they said, this guy Jeff Fisher is a problem, right? We got these two kids, these two young guys that are here that are playing. We've got to make a move. And you know what they did? They fired Jeff Fisher because they saw that he was the issue and that that team was stuck in mediocrity. They got rid of him. And guess what they did after that? They went and hired which is now one of the best head coaches in all of football. In all of football. They went and they got Sean McVay. And from then what happened? It turned Goff around. Sean McVay came in there to work with Jared Goff. I remember when the Rams, it wasn't just the Rams fans, it was everybody that called Jared Goff a bust. I remember when people were calling Todd Gurley a bust because he was playing under Jeff Fisher. They were playing under him, and he was a horrific coach. He wasn't good enough. He was not good enough. And guess what? Sean McVay came in there and turned that entire situation around. Goff didn't necessarily play great today, but we don't call him a bust. He went to a Super Bowl. Those years after McVay came in, Goff played great. He's played great this year. They're 9-4. I can give you another example of that. The Raiders. I'm here on the West Coast. I remember they brought in, they fired their coach. I think it was Del Rio. They got rid of him. They brought in Gruden. Gruden came in and worked with Carr. I remember when Gruden first got there, people were talking about getting rid of Carr immediately. They literally said the Raiders should draft the quarterback in their first draft for Gruden. Get Carr out of here. He's trash. He's bad. Got to get rid of him. Carr is actually playing better now under Gruden than he was before because he's got a better coach.
Didn't Carr have his best year in 2016?
He had one of his best years, yeah. He had one of his best years, but he's playing very well now. He's not playing bad. That was before the injury. After the injury, right. He was not playing very well.
Right. Okay. Yeah, man, you bring up some good points, but with those two,
so thinking that we can't get a good. I'm sorry, Elias, but thinking that we can't get a good coach because Sam Darnold is here, or we're gonna go if we go forward with Sam Darnold because again, there's other quarterbacks. I'm not gonna push them out of the way. I know Fields is in the draft. All these things that does not damn us to a horrific head coach. It doesn't. And I think that that's a bad narrative.
No, I don't think we're going to get a bad head coach. I think we would get a better head coach or a better head coaching prospect with that first pick, just because you have the option. And don't forget, if you want to roll with Darnold, you have the option to trade back and get a haul. You're not going to get as much back in that trade, the second pick.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with McVay is
go ahead.
The thing with McVay though, I don't quite remember, but I don't think he wasn't the hot guy. He was kind of a risky, signing, and Gruden came back because of how much money they paid him.
Yeah, well, no, McVay was actually the hot name when it came to offense. He was one of the hottest young coordinators at the time. He was hot. I'm talking hot. There was a lot of teams that were looking for him. I wasn't that into
football back then, so I wouldn't know yet.
No, it's okay. But Gruden, they paid Gruden a lot, but it wasn't like Gruden was coming in simply to get paid. He was making money before. When he came in there to work with the team. And look what he's done. That's why I'm saying when people say, oh, well, we're not going to get a good coaching candidate because we don't have a first pick, listen, if we don't end up getting that first pick, the coaching candidate is going to come in. Doesn't mean they're going to be bad. It doesn't mean that they're not going to be as good as we could get. If anything, if you were to talk about the Johnsons would be more of a hindrance to getting a real quality coach in here, if anything, because they're such bad owners. That's more of a hindrance than anything. But here's the deal. If Joe Douglas is the guy that we think he is, if he has all of these connections and all this nonsense, we should be able to get a solid guy in here. We should be able to get
Joe Douglas going to be able to pick the coach?
I hope that they let him pick the coach.
That's the problem. Yeah, same. Man. Don't get me started.
No, I'll let you go, Elias. I'm hoping they let him pick the coach, but yes, I would like to see Joe Douglas pick the next guy that's going to come in here and, continue to move this franchise forward and turn it around. But moving on from that spot, because I know, you're looking at the situation with Sam Darnold.
We have plenty of off-season to talk about this, yeah.
Yeah, we do. But let's stick to this game, because that's what I want to talk about today. I want to get your thoughts on this defense, okay? I know I got a lot of calls, and I'll get to everybody, but this defense today played extremely well. How did you feel about the play of Bryce Hall today, though, bro? Whoa. Was he not solid? I mean, that interception was huge for us. What were your thoughts about him and just the contribution overall? Our front line still able to get pressure and push the pocket on Jared Goff. How did you feel about everything, man?
Yeah, man, when I think about, Bryce Hall's performance and, the corner's performance, I don't really think about, the interception was great and all, but when I think about them, I think, okay, how did their wide receivers do? Oh, wait, their wide receivers didn't really play that well, which kind of tells you that their corners were locking them down. In my opinion, interceptions or, doesn't pass deflections doesn't make you a good corner. If you can just shut the guy down, then, so that was exciting. Okay. Dude, this front line, not the front linebacker's not great. The front guys, dude, those guys were balling today. Man, and I think it's safe to assume now. I think Quinnen Williams is our best player because look what happened when he got hurt. They were just running straight at where he usually is, and it was working. So you got to sack early, getting a ton of pressure, man. So I hope he's okay. I don't want to see him injured because he's a phenomenal player. But yeah, Nathan Shepard had a big play. I'm not really interested in seeing Henry Anderson playing anymore just because he won't be here next year. So hopefully get another guy like a Kyle Phillips or someone, playing on that defensive line. But that's really exciting. And I don't think we really need to put any more assets to that defensive line, and we can, take care of other positions. So that's pretty exciting. And, yeah, the cornerbacks, you said, played well. Marcus May continues to play really well. So, yeah, defense played really well. And Goff was awful, which definitely helps. But, yeah. Yeah. What were your thoughts about some of the penalties we got? I don't want to talk too negatively because this is a victory, but I also, have to be realistic in my assessment of the football team. I was really frustrated with the, just the undisciplined play at times, particularly from Bless Austin. He had some big, I was about to say Bless Austin.
Some big penalties. Yeah. Wesco had a big penalty as well. That penalty for Wesco was just unbelievably frustrating. What were your thoughts about that, man?
The Wesco one actually didn't seem too egregious. It seemed like the other guy was taunting the two. But anyways, Bless Austin, man, I talked about this last time, kind of my hot take that I'm not big on him. Yeah, I'm really not. I think you have a blindside block or blindside hit, something like that. He's been playing. He's not, he's a decent tackler, but he gets penalized so much, man.
Yeah, it's tough. So, listen, Elias, man, I want to thank you for calling in, bro. We definitely going to continue to talk about this. I know you're a big Trevor Lawrence guy. I love talking to you. But we got a lot of things going forward. We never know what can happen. There's a lot of things that can, happen in free agency as well as the season continues on. I can't wait to talk to you because you have hella good takes on this football team. So thank you for calling in, my friend. You have a good day.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the victory.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
Man, listen, Elias calling in. Elias I love talking to that guy. Great takes. Great Jets fan, overall, period. So a lot of great takes, a lot of good stuff going around. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm excited that my team is not going to go 0-16. I'm happy for the victory. I understand, some people feel a certain way, but hey, it's good to see us go out there, play well, and execute. You know what I mean? So we're going to get to the next caller. I'm going to go to my guy from North Carolina. Ooh, let me tell you something. I know he's going to bring the fire and bring the takes. How are you doing, my friend? It's good to speak to you. How are you feeling about this Jets victory today?
Hey, Joe, it's so good to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk to you for the last couple of weeks. I saw you on the air last week night, and I was on the job just taking a short break. I didn't have a chance to call. I wanted to call you bad then. But I want to congratulate the Jets. I'm proud of them. They played extremely well. I thought going in, I thought our offensive line was going to get eaten alive, except for Becton. It's funny and ironic that we thinking that Aaron Donald was going to dominate and take over. In actuality, he might have been arguably the second best defensive player on the field. It might have been Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is a monster. I didn't realize he was on. I studied him pre-draft, last 10, 20 years, 20 or so years. I started studying the draft. I started studying him. I knew he was a technician, but to the level he's on now, it's like, whoa. I mean, if we can get any kind of edge, we're talking about the return of the New York Stock Exchange. That's the level Quinnen Williams is on. He's a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the best interior lineman I've ever seen us with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, I want to thank you for calling in. You're bringing up phenomenal points. Quinnen Williams played well, but also Nathan Shepard played well too. He was coming in. He was making plays as well. Particularly, he had a sack. He also had some good stuff in the run game. I mean, our front was getting a lot of pressure on Jared Goff in this football game.
They did. They played extremely well, all of them. I'm very proud.
What were your thoughts about our corner play?
The corners.
What were your thoughts about our corner play with Hall and just our secondary as a whole? How did you feel they played today?
I think the corners were functional, and I think that's what gave us any shot to win the game. And Marcus May played like one of the best safeties in football. I'm so proud of him. I know when we got rid of Jamal and traded him, I was wondering how he would fare, staying behind and having to hold the unit down. But I think it took him a little while to adapt. But I think he's done an exceptional job. That last play he made was excellent. It was outstanding. To tip that pass away was a game-saving play. I'm so proud of him, and I can only hope we can structure some kind of deal, get it done. It'd be a shame to lose him. He's a great player. Yeah,
it would. I'm hoping that we'll be able to keep him as well. We got to make sure that we bring that guy back because he's made so many plays this season. And again, we've been very up and down. He's had some games where there was some up and down games, but dude, he's made so many plays this season to save games. He made plays in the Raiders game. He made plays, in all these games to keep us in really solid situations. So, I really want to see us be able to keep Marcus May. But one guy that I thought was kind of, again, not to put a damper on this game, but Blake Austin, I thought was really up and down today. What were your thoughts about him and the pass interference penalties, all that stuff that was going on with him? How do you feel about that?
Very uneven, spotty. Very inconsistent. It could have cost us the game potentially. Once Quinnen went out, it seemed like the Rams' offense was rejuvenated because I think they got a breath, had a little relief getting Quinnen up out of there, and all of a sudden they started moving the ball. And I'm just glad his play didn't cost us the game. The key thing is that Darnold did not turn the ball over. He looked like a young veteran. I know several times they almost put him down. He escaped, and for the purpose of trying to get the ball away and throw it away, he did an excellent job. He performed the way we expect him to perform this week. I'm very proud of him. It was him not turning the ball over, taking care of the football, and our defensive front's dominance that won us this game. I'm shocked. Quite frankly, shocked. I thought we could lose it, but I thought we were going to, against the Patriots. I thought Belichick was going to get us, the last game of the year. I said, that's Belichick. But it's good to get our first win, and I'm just I'm wondering what the domino effect is going to be, getting that win, having the number two pick. I still feel optimistic because in my head, I already got my little draft board in my head. I know Justin Fields is there, whoever the head coach is. If he does decide, whoever that new person is, they want that guy. Justin Fields is a very capable NFL prospect. He's there. Zach Wilson's there. Trey Lance, nobody's talking about him lately. He's still there. And I got my man Penei Sewell, Kyle Pitts, and Jamar Chase. Those are the names that are in my head, that are at the top of my board. We got options. So, for Jet fans out there, don't feel down. You should feel very excited, happy at least to get one win, even if we don't win another game. You know what I'm saying? We got to win. We got off the snide, and I think that's the important thing. So hopefully we can close out these next two games. Nobody gets hurt, and then hopefully ownership act like an owner and go and get Gase up out of there and turn this thing over to Joe Douglas. Tell him what Hess told Parcells. Remember, before he died, he told Parcells to come and take over. Let his man who's in there, who know what he's doing, run the franchise and let him get his head coach. And I can only hope his reputation, his credential. Hopefully we can get some people in the building for interviews. I'm hoping a TJ, surprisingly will step up like a TJ Fleck from Minnesota, Pat Fitzgerald, the dude over there, the offensive coordinator for Buffalo, has done an exceptional job with Johnson. Hopefully some names will emerge in the interviewing process that'll step up and come into the building for interviews. So that'll be encouraging for me,
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think again, like you were talking about, especially going into this offseason, the next coach that we pick to get in here, he's got to be the right guy. And like you said as well, and I talked about it earlier, I'm hoping that they allow Joe Douglas to do that. Let Joe Douglas pick the guy that's gonna, that he's gonna have to work, with going forward. And like you said, Adam Gase should be gone immediately. There's just no.
Hopefully the owners will learn some tips after the latest debacle. You know what I'm saying? And cut out their foolishness and start acting like owners. We're not in French, Larry Bird's French Lick. We're in a major market. It's time for them to cut out their foolishness and get people to know what they're doing. You take people to work on your car, you can sit around and see what they're doing, but don't mess with them. You don't know what you're doing. Go somewhere and sit down somewhere. Both to John. Turn this thing over to Joe Douglas. You got a competent GM. Start act like men and responsible business owners. Because I'm sick of the crap coming from them. I'm sick of them. I've been a Jet fan for 40 years. When I first started watching, it was Johnny Lamb Jones, Wesley Walker, Leon Hess was the owner, and it was kind of uneven then. They always kind of gave you glimpses of their awesome potential in the early 80s and then the mid-80s, Richard Todd with Ken O'Brien and then Parcells. So, I've been through a roller coaster ride of emotions, exuberant highs and terrible lows. I'm just ready for some change. I'm ready for go and get a competent head coach. I'm not down on the coordinators, so I think they like Benjamin and them. They deserve to get their shot, but I'm not sure if we're the best bet for them because I'm not sure what that learning curve is going to be, that inexperience, whether they're ready to come into this market with this fan base with me and you. We're pretty intense fans. Me, you, Meningo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're ready for this franchise to get off the snide and start winning some games. That's why I'm hoping an established head coach will step forward. I know Bill Cowher's name was mentioned. I don't know how you feel about Cowher. I would love to have him, at least for 3 years.
Yeah, my thing is, and I was going to ask you who are your top three right now. But just to answer the question about Cowher, why you think about that is, I'm not against Bill Cowher coming in at all. I'm really not. But I just would wonder. Okay, where is he at? Again, he's a coach. He has a phenomenal resume. We all know what he did with the Steelers. He's won on this league before. But where exactly is he right now? This is not 1990. Whatever. Like that time is done. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the present day NFL. Can he make adjustments? Can he get the right offensive guys in here? What kind of connections does he have with staffs as far as coordinators? Who is he going to bring in? And where is he mentally? Does he still have it? Because, again, we've seen coaches that were great from the past come back and not be able to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was
notable name Joe Gibbs. I was surprised how he struggled when he came back with Washington. I remember talking to a Redskin fan, and I said, man, y'all got Joe Gibbs, because I remember being a teenager in the early 80s and how powerful the Redskins were. The Redskins were formidable. They were one of the top 5, arguably best teams in the NFL. They used to strike up the bad Redskins. They're massive offensive linemen. They're the ones that set the template for those, elephant, big offensive linemen, because they had 300 pounds at the time. That was big. No team had 300 pounds linemen. And Joe Gibbs was just so brilliant in what he was able to do, achieving what he did with different quarterbacks and stuff and running that program down there. People don't talk about it. People tend to talk about the Steelers, the Cowboys, but people don't talk about the Washington Redskins quietly during that time, a 20-year stretch. The Redskins were right there as one of the best franchises under, Jack King Cook? One of the best franchises out there, We just need a good coach. Yeah. I'm hoping a TJ Fleck, I don't know, maybe he might be comfortable where he is, either a TJ Fleck or Pat Fitzgerald. Hopefully a young college coach, I'd be willing to give him a shot. At least they run a program with Joe Douglas overseeing things. I think he can help them in that transition. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of guys out there. I know I've heard of TJ. His name has been thrown around there before, but I'm big on Greg Roman, Benini. I'm big on or Bieniemy. I'm big on the Bills offensive coordinator as well. So there's and Arthur Smith too. is another guy I like as well. So my list is pretty out there, and I think we'll be able to get those guys. But we've got to attack, man, and we've got to make sure again that we get the right guy in here. But it was great to speak to you tonight, my friend. I got a bunch of callers, and I got to get to them, man. But thank you for calling in. I can't wait to hear from you next time when I do a show. So you have a good night, my friend.
And thank you for taking my call. And I look forward to us getting this season over with and hopefully going to the off season, and we really can go in more extensively on the NFL draft, free agents, and all. And you take care, buddy, and thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Oh, you too, buddy.
Man, phenomenal caller from North Carolina. That man knows his Jets, all right? Heck of a Jets fan. I'm hyped. Anytime the Jets win, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I can't contain myself. I can't contain myself, man. I can't contain myself. I'm going to keep going to the callers. You know what I'm saying? I got quite a bit of callers on the line. I'm going to keep coming. So please be patient, everybody. I want to get to everybody. I respect everybody's time. And, I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear your thoughts. So next caller I'm coming to, 862. I'm coming directly to you, my old Jets fan friend. How are you feeling today, and what are your thoughts about the New York Jets beating the Rams 23-20?
Well, my wife was right. She made me watch the game. She said, after talking to Joe, you got to call him when we win. She did that. So I am so freaking shocked. This is the biggest upset I've seen in 30 years. I feel great. I think it puts us in a better position to trade down. I wanted to talk to you about trading the pick to Carolina or Atlanta. And getting like 3 number ones, because I'm sure some idiot will do that. But no, it feels good. It really feels good. We came out there. Quinnen Williams was the best player on the field. That play by Marcus May. Adam Gase not being a complete moron. And the last first down, old Frank Gore, did that split and he just say, throw it to me, and he got it. And he got the prior first down on a run, and my wife loves you. So she made sure I called you tonight because she wanted you to know that she was right and I was wrong.
Yeah. First off, again, I want to thank you for calling in, and I also want to thank your wife for the support. Salute to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for all the support that you show the show, and thank you for having your husband call in. It's always great to speak to him. I really, really love that. And again, I want to thank you. Listen, today was watching this game for me was crazy. One of the things that for me, and I know you talked a bit about the defense, I was very surprised by the push that we got just with our front. Quinnen Williams being able to, get pressure. And even when he went out, they were still able, to get to Goff here and there. Even if they weren't getting the sacks, they were forcing him to move around. They were forcing him off his spot. So they were getting there at times. They were getting there, from time to time. I thought Nathan Shepard played very well today as well. He came in, he had some sacks, he moved the pocket, got pressure. Our linebacker core was decent. Our secondary, I was surprised by the play of Hall. I thought that interception was huge for us. I like that.
That was amazing.
But I want to ask you about Bless Austin, because Bless Austin for me today was very up and down. He had some plays that were good. He made some key tackles, but he also gave up. He had a lot of bonehead penalties that I don't think a corner that's been in the league as long as he should be, had. What are your thoughts on some of the pass interferences and just some of the penalties that we got in general? Because we had, 6 penalties for 61 yards. I mean, we gave up quite a bit of yardage through being penalized. What are your thoughts on that today?
Well, on some of those, I have to tell you, I've seen games where more egregious penalties were not called. So I'm going to protect them, especially that penalty against the one where the Rams player stuck his head and smashed it into his face first before it reacted, and they called it on the Jet player. What was it, Kelso? Or it's very up and down with the NFL referee. So I've seen worse. So I'm not going to eat his lunch, but that's why I watched the Giants coach Joe Judge, because they've eliminated that a bit. Yeah, there were some penalties there, but you know what? It depends on how ticky-tacky you want to make it. I've seen a lot of games where they let them play. If the ball is not catchable and I commit the penalty, I don't call it. That's the way you got to understand. I go for a long way back. So back in the 70s and the 80s, even if I pulled on your jersey, but the ball was not catchable, they didn't call it. So it's a completely different league. So I'm not going to eat his lunch on that. What I was surprised at was the amount of hitting we had in the first half. The Jets came out ready. They were smacking them around. And in the second half, when they lost our best defensive player, they were still hitting. So I'm so shocked that we won, man. I love you. It's like, wow. We won.
Yeah. And my next question for you, before I let you go, but listen, one of the big reasons why we won today was Sam Darnold. I want to get your thoughts on his play today and just the way that he performed. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, exactly. I told you, he's not the problem. He's been dealt a bad hand. He's had multiple offensive coordinators. He's got a coach that's pretty inferior. He's still got all the talent in the world that he had when they were drafting him, and that's why I was talking to you. I want you to investigate Atlanta and Carolina as possible trade destinations, and if we can get their number one, their number two, next year's number one, next year's number two, Atlanta would probably be more than willing for Justin Fields. And Carolina is not sold on Teddy Bridgewater, one of my favorite mid-range quarterbacks. He's a guy who doesn't get the credit like Andy Dalton. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. Andy Dalton is Phil Simms, okay? And Phil Simms on the right team won the Super Bowl. Andy Dalton on the right team wins a Super Bowl. So, yeah, I loved his performance. He was very professional today. Given all those things, I would. There's a bunch of guards. There's a bunch of centers. I would spend next year's draft choices on centers, guards. If we were picking up in the top four, his name is Micah Parsons, a middle linebacker, I believe. But there's a lot of players that can help us out, Joe. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to talk to you. And my wife made me watch it. And when we were in the final minutes, she was like, "You see, you got to call Joe tonight."
Well, listen, I want to thank you. I got a bunch of callers I got to get to, but again, thank you for your support and also your wife's support as well. It's phenomenal to speak with you. Next time I have a show, please call in, my friend. I love talking to you. So,
okay, she thinks you're kind of sexy, so think about it that way.
All right, well, thank you again. You have a good night, my friend.
Same to you. See you next week.
Hey, listen, we're gonna keep going to the lines again. I want to thank, him and his wife for the support of the show. I truly appreciate it. I want to thank everybody. You know what I'm saying? I love talking to people about this football team, and I know that there's a lot of talk now surrounding our draft position, our draft spot. Trades are possible. I've been talking about trading down for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about it for quite some time, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to continue to go forward on these lines, okay? I'm going to continue to go forward on these lines, all right? My guy Rich, man. My guy Rich is calling in, okay? Rich is calling in. He wants to talk. I know he wants to talk that talk. Rich, I want to thank you for calling in.
Rich and come on.
How are you feeling today about the New York Jets beating the Rams 23-20?
The biggest victory since Super Bowl III. Are you kidding me? This is bigger than when we guaranteed the victory against the Colts. What? Listen, real quick, because I know that you have a lot of callers, and I don't want to take up too much time. Earlier this week, when I was listening to all these people predicting games and whatever, the Jets are going to lose by more than the point spread. Last night, I called into the show, but you had that technical difficulty, and that caller said, that the Rams are going to win 30-7. I don't know why. It must be something weird. I just woke up this morning thinking to myself, the Jets are going to do something and win this game and now throw everything into disarray for everybody. I just had that feeling. And so as I'm getting out of work at 4:30 Eastern time, I'm in the car, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, the Rams have 2 3-and-outs, and the Jets are up 7-0. I was like, oh my God, it's gonna happen for real. Then, as the game keeps going, you ever seen the movie Rookie of the Year, where they're pitching to the kid and he keeps going, oh my God, because he thinks he's gonna get hit by the ball. That's me watching the game every time that the Rams just keep chipping away at the lead, and I was like, oh come on, please, don't do this again. And then Marcus May with the play of the game. Well, the defensive play of the game, because Frank Gore has been earning his salary all season. He had the biggest play of the game in the 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter when he just saw that whole pocket collapse, and he was like, "Give me the ball, Sam, give me the ball," and then that was it. I mean, I don't need to do a play-by-play. We all know what happened, but it's just great to see that Sam Darnold, despite the fact that he's playing for the worst coach in the history of the National Football League, finally showed people, if you let me do my thing, things will happen. Okay, we went into this like 14-point underdogs to the Rams, and we came out on top. And Sean McVay should be fired before Adam Gase, to be honest. Just kidding. I'm pretty sure people are.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Organization right now.
They'll do that. They're a playoff team. They're 9-5 now. They're 9-5 now, but they're pushing for it. It's these things happen. The Jets came out to play today and they played hard, but we'll see how things happen going forward. For them. But I tell you what, I was extremely excited, like you talked about the game that Darnold played today, because there was a lot of critics. I mean, I know you've seen it, Rich. The media pretty much has written him off as a guy that was out of here. They were just playing in his face, asking him questions about, what are your thoughts about Trevor Lawrence coming in here? Do you think that you deserve to be, the franchise quarterback moving forward? How do you feel about your position here? And he stood tall and answered them professionally. He never threw anybody under the bus, never said a thing, just continued to support himself and the team as well, big time. So I was extremely excited to watch him go out there and play the way that he did, and a lot of things that you talked about too. Him just going out there and dialing it up and showing us that when put in positions, and the play calling was pretty decent today, which I was shocked by, when going out there and being able to put in a situation where the play calls, he can execute. And even some of the play calls that were bad, he was still able to make something out of nothing, either scrambling away and just throwing it away, or, making a play and, just trying to gain yardage there. And again, like you said as well, one of the things that was very impressive is no turnovers today, no interceptions. He played a very clean game. So I was really extremely excited about that. What were your thoughts about our young running backs, though? Because I thought that Ty Johnson really showed us something today, too, especially early before, again, they gave Gore 23 carries today. I have no clue why that's continuing to happen. But what were your thoughts about his performance and just some of the things that he showed us, too? Do you think that he's a running back that we can go forward with?
I believe that he's a running back that we can go forward with, and under the right tutelage from the right offensive mind, he can be a monster. So this is, to me, he played very well despite the system. I mean, I have to agree with you. I'm trying not to dump on Adam Gase today, but despite the fact that we were playing Adam Gase's offense, he still did a good job. And to be honest, I'm very proud of Sam Darnold, because I'm predicting it here right now on December 20th, 2020, that Sam Darnold will still be our quarterback next season, because the word around town is that Trevor Lawrence, who else? He's talking to a guy named Peyton Manning, and not about coming to the Jets. So that's the word around town, that he could find a way out of coming from the Jets, meaning like he'll do like Eli Manning did, or he'll just stay in school another year. And that's what a lot of people here in the New York media have been saying. And that's fine. You know what? Honestly, the way I see it, the Dallas Cowboys seem to be the most desperate to want to get Trevor Lawrence after the Jets, not even the Jacksonville Jaguars. Take all of Dallas' first-round picks for the next 5 years. Fine. Here, take it. Goodbye. Because to me, I'm sorry, I'm riding and I'm dying with Sam Darnold because it's not his fault that he's gotten the rotten hand that he's been given by the New York Football Jets. If he would have been given the right coach from day one, the right offensive coordinator from day one, then we'd be talking a different story. We'd be comparing him right now with Josh Allen and even Baker Mayfield to a degree. So, it is what it is. But to me, I'm fine with Sam Darnold. I will not lose sleep if Trevor Lawrence is not wearing green and white next season.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all right with it as well. Listen, Rich, I got to keep going to these calls, man. I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, bro, I got to hear from you because you're one heck of a fan. And, we talk all the time. I love going back and forth with you and your takes about the Jets, man. So you have a good night, my friend.
You too. Have a great night. And happy holidays.
Same to you. Happy holidays to you as well and your family. Whew. Listen, Rich calling in. Fire. I am so hyped, bro. I'm hyped. I'm going to keep going to these calls. Next up, I think it's my boy Bayo. I think my boy Bayo's on the line today. Bayo, my friend. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? What are your thoughts about the Jets beating the Rams 23-20?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
What's going on, my friend?
Everything good, man. I have some type of mixed emotions of what just happened right now. I mean, after 13 games, we finally got a win, but at the same time, we might lose Trevor Lawrence. Knock on wood, we don't have to lose that chance, but I feel like it's gonna happen, man. But at the same time, I like what happened today. I feel like everybody was at one piece, and everybody was doing what they're supposed to do, especially with Ty Johnson at the beginning, Sam Darnold throwing the football as he should be. Also, Bryce Hall, he caught that pick, and then he ran into to the 25-yard line. A lot of people, man. Also Marcus May too. He showed up, but there's this one play where I saw Sam Darnold where he was throwing the football to no one. He was throwing the football to a ghost. So that kind of worried.
There was definitely plays. There was plays where he had to throw the football away. I remember there was a couple of plays where there was pressure on him, and he just had to get it out of there. And I thought that was big of him as well because I've criticized him in the past. And again, I'm not a Sam Darnold apologist, but I lay into him when he's not playing well. Believe me, you can come to my channel. I'll be the first one to tell you he did not play well today, and this is why. But I've criticized him in the past about playing hero ball. I understand that, and I've been watching him for years. I'm an SC guy. I know that when the spot is big, he wants to be the guy that makes the play. He wants to be the guy to go out there and do his thing. And I think that sometimes when, he knows the offense is struggling, I've got to make a play. I'm going to try to squeeze the ball into somewhere where it should not go. And he does that from time to time. But I think in this game, what we saw, and it was critical, was in those moments he just said, you know what, I'm going to live for the next play. I'll just throw it away. And I thought that was huge. That's huge for him because he wants to be the reason why the Jets win games. And today he was by doing that, by just living for the next play, living for the next drive. Don't turn the ball over today. And that's what he did. The play calling to me was surprisingly good for most of the game. There were some spots, and we talk about this damn near every game. There were some spots, though. There was parts of quarters where it was just like, what is going on? This is classic Adam Gase. But even then, Darnold was able to maneuver himself around some of those situations. Him getting away from Aaron Donald, that was insane. Even the dime he dropped to Berrios, that Berrios eventually dropped, I thought that was a crazy throw as well. It was very good ball placement, but he just wasn't able to get the job done. But I know that you're a big Trevor guy, and we'll see how that sorts out. But I want to get your thoughts on this, Bale, before I let you go. There's a narrative going around that because Darnold is here and because we don't, we don't think we're going to end up with the first pick in the first round, that it's going to bring about a lesser kind of head coaching prospects for us. Do you believe that as well? Is that one of the reasons why you're not necessarily excited about this win, because you think, hey, now we are not going to get, maybe some of the top guys because Darnold is here?
Well, I mean, I feel like if we do have Trevor Lawrence, it's going to attract some attention throughout the whole league. Mm-hmm. And that attract attention eventually, would attract many talented players or coaches that would want to participate or be with the Jets organization. And the fact that, there might be a chance that we might not have Trevor Lawrence because, he probably got this win, but you never know. Probably, I would say is, hopefully we get Trevor Lawrence, but at the same time, it looks like if we eliminate Adam Gase into this equation of being in the Jets organization, I feel like many coaches will want to step into the position of being a coach to the Jets and bring the Jets to a higher place and show that the Jets are not what they're supposed to be due to Adam Gase. Okay. And now I want to I want to elevate the Jets. I think it has to be coaching. If we eliminate Adam Gase, I feel like it's gonna attract a lot of people. I mean, not just Trevor Lawrence, but just eliminating, the head space, the
head scratching plays and stuff like that. Yeah. Look, I hear you, and you're speaking absolute facts. You're speaking absolute facts right now. But listen, man, I got to keep going to these lines. I got quite a bit of callers, man. I want to thank you for calling in, Bale. And listen, next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, my friend.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Anytime you're available, man, I'll keep calling.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, bro. You have a good night.
Happy holidays.
All right. Have a good one. Whew. Listen, Bale calling in with the fire, okay? The guy knows what he's talking about. Listen, I understand. Some people, everyone has different opinions. I'm going to keep going to these lines, though. 937-47 or 347-914. I'm going to come to you soon. But right now, I'm going to go to my guy, Val. My guy, Val. You know what I'm saying? Savage. Val. Yes, I want to thank you for calling in, my man. How are you feeling tonight after watching the New York Jets beat the Rams 23-20?
Man, listen. I am kind of like a mixed emotion a little bit. I am happy with the win. Don't get me wrong. I was yes.
Come on now, Val.
I would accept any win. I have to. Okay. I have to accept the win. I did not want to go 0-16. I didn't want to be that team. But okay. I am looking towards the future. You know what I'm saying? And we do need that head coach. If we would have secured that number one pick, we would have had a great head coach to come in because it will be very attractive. But I'm going to take the win. I was 50-50 on it, and like I said, I'm 50-50 on Trevor Lawrence as well too. So what you were saying, if that either get Trevor Lawrence or you would trade the pick, I'm 50-50 as well on that too because we need to build this team up. And like I said, before I got cut off the last live stream, that man Frank Gore trying to get that 5-year extension, man. Yeah, man.
Listen, and Adam Gase is trying to make sure that happens, man. Adam Gase, bro, I'm telling you.
Listen, they're going to go to Christmas.
Find you somebody that loves you as much as Adam Gase loved Frank Gore. If you find somebody that loves you that much, your life is going to be good, man. Your life is going to be good.
Oh, yes.
But what were your thoughts about the play of Sam Darnold today, Val? How did you feel about that, man? This kid went out there, with all the pressure on him. A lot of people are already counting him out. And he went out there and played a very clean game and really was wheeling and dealing during this game.
This is the number one defense that we went against today, right?
I don't know where they are ranked. I think they're up there for sure, though, definitely.
Okay,
they're one of the top defenses in the league.
Listen.
I don't know exactly where they're ranked, though. Go ahead.
Listen, Sam Darnold, he played a good game. He played a safe game. Like you said earlier, he did not play hero ball. He wasn't trying to, do extra stuff. He threw the ball away. That's all we've been asking for is for him to throw the ball away, Now get us in situations, and they did their thing. I mean, Sam Darnold did his thing and stuff, but yeah. I mean, it was some plays like he did kind of, okay, and it was some plays like, oh, why would you do that? But, he secured the game, he managed the game, and he did his job. He went in there and did exactly what he needed to do and to get that win.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What were your thoughts about our defense, bro? Our defense was phenomenal. Like, I mean, especially, like, I was really I want to say shocked, but, Bryce Hall has been coming about. But let me tell you something. The play of him today, I was very surprised by. I didn't think that he would be able, to be as good in coverage as he was. This is Cooper Kupp and Woods and all these guys. These guys are serious business, and he was able to hold his own, even got a really big interception for us. Bro, how did you feel about his play and just the rest of the secondary as well? Marcus May, all those guys.
Going to back what we talked about yesterday, I said Bryce Hall, he only had 4 games. He's been injured most of this season, and he just came from college. So we have to give him some time. And today, he stepped up. He had a bad game the last game against the Seahawks. He came back, and he came back with a vengeance, and he really showed up. I mean, we've seen this. He gets into actually, the wide receiver's face. He's energetic. You could see that a little bit. So now he tapped in, and hopefully this is a consistent thing, and he actually won a good game, and he played good coverage. And Marcus May, man, whew. We got to re-sign this man. We have to re-sign Marcus May. That is a must. And Quinnen Williams as well, too. He showed out. That's a player we cannot touch. We have to build around Quinnen Williams. That is a must.
Yeah.
Because he's showing a lot of potential.
Yeah, he has. Listen, Val, I'm telling you, everything that you said is fire. And like you said, I think Marcus May, again, is a guy that I think we should, aggressively bring back as well. We definitely need to make sure that he's back on the squad. Depending on how the money plays out, he's definitely a guy that we should target to bring back. He should be re-signed because, like you said, he's made plays all this season. I mean, all this season he's done things, just not today. To really put us in positions to win. And I like what he's done here, and it's exciting. It's really exciting to see him step up and continue to play the way he's played. But Val, I gotta get to these lines, man. I got a ton of callers. I want to thank you for calling in, my friend. Next time I have a show, bro, I better hear from you, my friend. I want to talk to you about these Jets, all right?
Most definitely, man. And we got to win. So,
hey, we got one.
Exactly. All right, man.
You have a good night, my friend.
All right, everybody like and subscribe to this man and support this man. Like what he's doing. Keep doing your thing, Joe. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Val. You have a good night, man. Listen, Val's a savage, all right? Val's a known savage. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? He's a known savage, all right? Great to hear from him. This guy that calls in quite a bit. We talk those Jets, you know what I'm saying? And again, I want to thank everybody for, supporting and everybody calling in. And if you're watching on YouTube or whatever, please give me a thumbs up in the stream, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep going to these lines. Next up, 973. I'm coming directly to you. Give me your thoughts on the New York Jets today beating the Rams 23-20. How are you feeling after this Jets victory?
Hello.
973?
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. So it's a good thing to have a win. The New York Jets beating the Rams, and this is a good thing for Sam Darnold because I mean the media is telling Sam Darnold is a terrible guy, he's a damaged guy, which by the way he is at the moment, but he's showing to the media that he's capable to win games with the Jets. He had done it in the past. He had done it with in his rookie year, in his second year with games, and now he's doing it with the third year. I'm not saying he's winning the season, but he's winning games. The only problem that has is the coaching. He's a bad coach. I mean, he had a bad coach. We didn't have a quarterback coach for obvious reasons. So what I would like to see for the next draft is either to trade down on the second pick or let's say pick a tackle to protect Sam. And also let's say, sign some weapons and draft some weapons and hire a good capable coach and even a quarterback coach to fix those minor things that Sam Darnold can become, let's say, the franchise quarterback that we always want to see from him.
Yeah. No, yeah. First off, again, I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, everything that you said is factual. I'd like to see that as well. I've been talking about trading down for years. People laugh at me until the season happens, and then they go, yeah, we should have traded down. So I think that trading down from that second pick, if that's what we end up getting, because, again, there's still some season left, we never know. If we trade down off that pick, I think we can get quite a bit of capital gained, and we can continue to move forward with that, drafting different positions that are of need on this football team. And like you said, offensive linemen, I've been talking about that, targeting the right tackle. If you look at some of the issues that we had today, it was with protection. Sam was running for his life. A lot of times, one play, Aaron Donald literally swam over a guard, and this guy was gone. He beat him like easy. I mean, the guy couldn't even, couldn't even put his hands on him. So yeah, I think that is huge for us going forward. Getting the right guy in here, making sure that we get the right head coach in here as well, allowing Joe Douglas to select his guy. Those are all things that the organization needs to look at. We have to get everything connected and correct organizationally this offseason. And another great point that you brought in was the quarterbacks coach, getting the right coach in here. And I always tell people this, is that now everybody's looking at Josh Allen and saying, hey, Josh Allen is a very, one of the better quarterbacks in the league. And I say, yes, because they built around him, right? They put a roster in front of him to guide him and have success. He's got a number one wide receiver in Diggs. He's got Cole Brown, or John Beasley and Cole Brown. His offensive line is solid. They drafted a bunch of those guys. They have a solid running game. Their coaching is well, though, too. Their coaching is really good, and they've talked about it. You can go through the last game with the Broncos, and they literally detailed how they went through him and fixed his mechanics with him. They literally turned his mechanics around. If you look at his throwing motion from last year, it's not the same as it was this year. He's getting the ball out quicker because his mechanics are together. So I think that's a huge point, and you brought up a great point there. But here's something before I let you go. This is going to be my last question. I've had people call in and talk about how now that we don't have the first pick, that it could cut our head coaching candidates kind of in half, where some people won't be interested in coming in here. Do you believe that to be true?
I mean, it's not true because, number one, this is the number one thing is New York City is the number one market city in the league. You have to keep in mind that. That's number one. Number two, Sam Darnold has talent. Yeah. I mean, if you say, okay, if you're a head coach and you say, yes, I want to solve Sam Darnold and bring success to the team, then you go there. You have to keep in mind, Sam Darnold is not, let's say, Josh Rosen. He's not Johnny Manziel. You have to keep in mind of that. And if I remember from, from the ESPN, there was like number one, who has more talent from this draft. I heard Trevor Lawrence is number one, Justin Fields number two, and Sam Darnold is number three. If I'm recalling it. So, the number is like a 99 Lawrence, 98 Justin Fields, and 97 Sam Darnold. So you see the potentiality of Sam Darnold, and also once again bring the market, and also and we have Joe Douglas as a general manager that can let's say bring the correct pieces to the team. And also, I just want to shout out to my bad. So I just want to shout out to Bryce Hall because I saw Bryce Hall having his first pick. I love it.
Yeah. He played well as well, and you brought up. You have so many great takes. You brought a lot of great stuff to the table. Listen, I got to get back to these callers though. But you were a heck of a caller, man. Please call in the next time that I have a show, man. So you have a good night, all right, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Joe. First time caller, long time listening your shows for years.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. You have a good night.
Same to you. Good night.
Whew, listen. phenomenal callers tonight. We're going to keep going to the lines. And let me tell you something. I'm fired up. I want to thank everybody for all the support. Again, please thumbs up the stream. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications as well. I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped. I'm so hyped right now. This football team. I'm hyped, man. We got it together, you know? And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, this may, you know, not Sam Darnold being here or us and not having a first, you know, the first pick in the first round is going to push a lot of coaches out of here. That's not true. I know everybody loves Matt Rule, right? Matt Rule was willing to come here and Sam Darnold was already here. If they hadn't tried to pick his coordinators for him, Matt Rule would actually be our head coach right now, you know? So just think about that before you say those things. But we're going to continue to go forward. We're going to hear the takes from people. 347, I'm going to come to you. I want you to give me your thoughts about the play of Sam Darnold today. I know there's been a lot of questions about him recently, you know, this season, but I want you to give me your thoughts on how you saw him today. How did you feel watching Sam Darnold go out there, wheel and deal?
What's up,
347?
You there?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, bro? It's Tommy from Hermosa Beach. What's going on?
What's up, Tommy? You already know the Hermosa Beach boys. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, I hooked up with a crew out here. They call themselves the South Bay Bills Mafia. You know, and we watch a lot of games with them, and it's, you know, it's always between Josh Allen, who's better, Josh Allen, and or Sam Darnold. Josh Allen is surrounded with a solid crew. Sam, he has potential to be the best quarterback in the whole league, not even in comparison to them two. He's better. He's always going to be better, and he doesn't need. He needs a team. But yeah. I mean, I just want to let you know, Joe. I'm devastated, man. I am devastated.
Are you?
Why? What? Yes, because.
Okay.
Because if I was going to go to Sam Darnold route, it would have been a long time. It would have been 10 games ago. I mean, it was 10 games ago. But these last 5 games, I'm like, all right, let's just start losing. Let's keep losing. I mean, for what? For what, man? But I'm just devastated. The Jets are so bad that they can't even do wrong right. You know, I mean.
Listen, Tommy, I hear you, man. Listen, it's tough. I understand some people, you know, wanted to tank for the rest of the season and, you know, have us lose out and all those things. But at the same time, you have to be excited about a young team or a team full of young players and even a quarterback that a lot of people have questions about going out there and playing one of the best teams in the league, a team that's 9-4. People, you know, think that they're Super Bowl contenders. You know, they're a playoff team clearly, and going out there and really putting it on this team. You have to be excited about that. You have to be excited about young players going out there and proving that there are players that you can go forward with. Bryce Hall, Quinnen Williams, you know, going out there and doing their things. Marcus May showing you, hey, he's a guy that you should definitely resign. We should be excited about those things. Even Darnold, the way that Darnold played today, with all the pressure that was on him, and again, all the issues that we saw, I just don't understand how you can't be excited about that. I understand, you know, some people say, hey, we're going to lose the pick or whatever it is. Look, I get it. You know, and we'll continue to see again because there's more football going forward. We'll see what happens going forward. But you got to be excited about Sam Darnold going out there and playing as well as he did, though, right, Tommy? Especially if we're thinking about moving forward with him.
That's exactly why I called you, man. You know what? I have the noose out. I had to give you a call, man. You know? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding, bro. Just kidding. But.
I think we lost him. We lost him. Tommy, you can call in again, but we lost him. But I'm going to keep going to the lines, man. Listen, I understand, you know, some people are down in the dumps. Some people, you know, are really upset. But, hey, you know, this we got to win today. We got to win. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about, you know, everything that we have going on with this football team. So I'm going to continue to go forward with the callers. 914, I'm coming to you. You know, I want you to give us your thoughts about the Jets beating the Rams today. How did you feel about watching the Jets get this win 23-20? And what were your thoughts about the play of Sam Darnold? I guess not so good, huh? You not excited about it?
Look, the thing is, I get some people are excited, but the thing is, what infuriates me is that it's not the young players that clinch the game. It's old man Frank Gore. Like, if it's like, if it's maybe Ty Johnson or Josh Adams or the other running back, I can't remember, or, it's like throwing a pass to Denzel Mims or Chris Herndon, someone who has the potential of being here long term, it wouldn't be as infuriating. But it's the guy who's probably going to retire at the end of the season, and it's like you're ruining yourself out of the first overall pick. And look, I know what you said earlier about, Matt Rule wanting to come in here to coach Darnold, but that's because he had incredible performances off of Buffalo, the Texans, and Green Bay. He had 3 incredible games and the season in 2018. He has been statistically one of the worst quarterbacks in football this year. What coach is going to want to come in here and work with that?
Yeah, and I hear you, but we've also been statistically the worst offense. We have the worst coach in the league as well. If you listen to any analyst, I mean, hell, Tom McShay, what is it? Dan, I think his name is Arlofsky. What is the first thing that they say? What is the first thing that those guys say? They literally say, "Hey, listen, Sam Darnold is talented. It's the coaching. It's the play calling." I mean, I haven't seen an analyst that doesn't call out Adam Gase. Hell, Steve Young was talking about it. Steve Young literally was laughing. He laughed at Adam Gase and said that there's some guys, that just can't coach in this league. So I don't think people are looking at Sam Darnold necessarily that he is terrible. Of course, there's things he needs to work on, but there's there's blame to be passed around.
I understand Sam, but here's the problem. Statistically, your best shot at winning a Super Bowl is when you have your quarterback on your rookie contract. This team is nowhere near winning, and look, by the time you get this team maybe in the shape to win, you're going to have to pay Darnold that second contract. And who knows if he's going to show enough to warrant that at that point. And, it's just, and then the thing is, even if you don't want even if you didn't want Lawrence, the first overall pick is 1,000 times more valuable than the second overall pick. Because you would get more of a king's ransom with the first overall pick than the second overall pick. And like I said, the first overall pick is going to sell coaches. It's going to sell players. Like, let's be honest. If you're a free agent, like let's say for example Allen Robinson was probably going to be a free agent this year, would you be more interested in working with like the greatest quarterback talent in a decade in Trevor Lawrence or Sam Ghost Darnold? Being brutally honest.
Well, here's the deal, and that's a great question. Here's the deal: is that you look at this situation. I remember, people were saying the same thing about Sam Darnold before we drafted him. Hey, free agents are going to come in here. Aren't you going to be excited? And we never got those guys anyway. I look at the situation with Allen Robinson. Hey, if he's a free agent, he wants to come here, fine. If not, fine. I do understand what you're talking about with the picks and the value. But if Joe Douglas can do exactly what he did in this year's draft, where he got an impact left tackle, an impact wide receiver, and that was just, with the picks that we had, if he can continue to draft well and get those guys in here, we'll be okay. We will. And we can still trade down and get solid compensation for that second pick in the first round. We can still trade down and get solid compensation from that and continue to build and go forward.
Yeah.
So, and again, there's a lot of things going forward. We'll see what happens. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word before I let you go.
What worries me is, this team won't be ready until after they pay Darnold, and then it's hard to win with a Super Bowl when you're paying your quarterback $30+ million a year. It doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, you see these teams win.
The thing that happens, and you're correct, especially when you're paying guys like that. But again, if we do things correctly, we can end up with quite a bit of draft capital, and we'll still have young, cheap players in here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not paying anybody else either. So maybe we attract other free agents that'll be able to come here. Maybe we test the market for offensive linemen, corners, or different things like that. There's all kind of possibilities and outcomes. But I'm going to continue to go to the callers. I got to let you go, my friend. It was great to speak to you tonight.
Right.
You have a good night, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right. It was great to talk to him. Quite a bit of callers on the line. I'm going to hit everybody. I'm telling you, I'm getting to everybody tonight. I want to hear everybody's takes. about this win. I know some people are extremely upset. I know some people are happy too. So I want to hear everybody. So 718-718, I'm coming directly to you. I want you to give me your thoughts on this Jets win tonight. How are you feeling about the Jets win? What are your thoughts about Sam Darnold? Are you upset? I want to know. Tell me what's going on.
What's good, Joe? This is Roach from the Savage Land. What's good, kid? Happy
holidays. Roach, listen. Everybody that's listening, Roach is a known savage, okay? Don't mess with this man. Stay away from old Roach, you know what I'm saying? This guy's crazy.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? He's a crazy person, okay? Stay away from this man. Listen.
Yo, you know what was
Stay
crazy?
away from him. Roach, give me your take, man. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yo, listen. When I was looking at you at the stream, and I'm like, wait, isn't Joe from L.A. and he's rooting for the Jets? Oh, it was great. Love it. Yo, I got to tell you something. I'm so proud of Sam Darnold. Now, I know people are saying, oh, this is a meaningless game, and da-da-da. It wasn't meaningless for me. I mean, the kind of year that we had, it feels good to root for your team and finally see them win. With all of what they were going through, being a joke of the league. And then Sam just said, yo, you know what? It's going to be fun playing against Aaron Donald, one of the most feared defensive players in the league, and he just shrugged him off. He is fearless. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, Sam came out and played. He balled out today. He really, really did. And that's why I think a lot of people are really, some people are upset about the situation. They wanted the first pick. They wanted a lot of people, wanted Sam Darnold, all these things. But I'll tell you what, or wanted Trevor Lawrence, and all these things. But I'll tell you what, when you have Sam going out there and playing like the way he did today, very clean, no turnovers, with all the pressure on him, that shows big, man. That shows big.
Exactly.
This is, I'm telling you, this is a guy we can go forward with. This is the franchise quarterback and again, it wasn't like he even threw for 300 yards today, but he played well with a horrific offense and a horrific offensive coordinator. Can you imagine if we actually get some guys in here with the cap space that we have, with the draft capital we have, and get a real coach? This is what we've been talking about. And so, go ahead.
Did you know, let's go back to the Raiders game. Didn't you have that feeling that, the Jets could come up with a win or two this season? It seems like the young players are starting to mesh. I like the game with the Seattle game. I was like, they probably reeling off that loss with the Raiders because I can't even imagine how that locker room was, knowing that the game was in your grasp and you lost it in the last 5 seconds. It was ridiculous. But when I'm seeing the team and I'm like, yo, why are we rooting for our team to lose? Isn't this is what you want to see? Quinnen Williams having a phenomenal year, and you're seeing all these new guys, they're just trying to get as much experience. Yeah, I think moving forward with all of the picks that we still have with draft capital, we could really build a solid team. I trust Joe as far as the draft pick. So I think we should, if we do end up getting the second, just just trade it and get more capital, man. We need an overall offense. Just invest in the offense. Marcus May played great. I loved it, man. And man, look, another great capital we gained from our draft. Man was like, man, I was like, yo, if he had to tackle him, throw the kitchen sink at him.
Yep. He saved the touchdown, too. The people, we haven't even talked about the special teams impact, too. Ficken played well. He made kicks. That was big for us, too. We coming off of Sergio Castillo, who couldn't hit a side of a barn with a football at one point. He made kicks today. Ficken did. And man saved a touchdown with that tackle. He just threw his body out there and made the play. That was huge, dude. Man. That was huge. That we would have took an L today if he hadn't have done that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he could be the most MVP player, and I don't care what position he plays, man. Man is for me for the Pro Bowl. They didn't cancel it.
Listen, Rose. Listen, it was great to speak to you.
But after all these games we was watching, man, I just love I love your content because I got to tell you something. I had to unsubscribe to a lot of other bloggers, because I'm like, I can't go against the grain. You can't root against your team. And when you look at Sam, he deserved this win. Look how much he had to go through. And I'm like, you know, you want the best for this kid. Sometimes one win could mean everything. And it's who they beat against the Rams. When everyone was like, well, when you did the last show, everyone was giving a prediction. It was going to be like 40-3 or something like that.
Listen, Roach, I got to get back to these lines, my man. It was great to speak to you. All right. I love the positivity. I love the fire take. Next time I have a show, Roach, I need to hear from you, bro. You gotta call in. You know what I'm saying? You call in and go ham on this show, man.
Bro, just keep it up.
All right. You have a good night,
man. All right,
man.
bro. Happy holidays.
Oh, so happy holidays to you as well. You and your family. You have a good one. Listen, Roach calling in with the fire. I'm going to keep going to the lines. I got a ton of callers. I'm going to keep going to the lines. Listen, again, everybody, listening as well. Happy holidays to everybody, you and your families. It's been phenomenal, to speak with everybody. I'm going to keep going. But, Roach calling in with the fire. Roach is a savage, bro. He's a savage. That dude's crazy. He's crazy. I'm telling you, don't mess with Roach, man. That dude do something crazy. That's all I'm going to say. He'll do something crazy to you. But now I'm getting ready to go to another one. I think this is my boy Venom G's, man. Let me tell you something. You think Roach is crazy. Venom been out of there. Venom been out his mind. I think this is my dude, Venom G's. Venom, good hearing from you tonight. Welcome to the show. All right. Venom is a savage. Another one. Okay, another one.
Yo.
How are you feeling tonight after watching the Jets beat the Rams 23-20, my man?
Oh, man, I feel great, man. I feel great. Jets, Jets. Let's go, baby. Yeah.
Talk about it. Go ahead,
Yeah, I think we deserved it. Like Roach was just saying, they put in the hard work, man. It's been a long time. We waited 14 weeks just to get this one, 13 just to get this. So Sam played his butt off, man. Marcus May played his butt off, and I don't understand why everybody was going for Trevor Lawrence so hard, but Sam definitely put the game together, and I think with pieces around him, he'll be good, man.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody stops saying the number 2 pick is just as valuable as number 1 pick. If we wanted to trade that back, and there's a team waiting for a quarterback, so it's just as valuable. Probably, if there's a team that wants Justin Fields, we could pass that off to them, and they'll give us a house ransom as well.
Yeah, and like that, and that's I think that we can still get some capital back for that pick. I understand. Some people are upset, but I'll take that pick as well if that's what ends up happening. Because again, there's still more season to go. But I thought that Sam played it so well today, man. He played so well.
Yes, he did.
And one of the things that I really, really loved was there was no turnovers from him, no hero ball.
Yeah.
He just went out there and made the plays that was there, and the ones that weren't there, he just said, you know what? I'm just going to throw it away. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to try to do something crazy. Go ahead.
You could tell that an internal clock is starting to pick up because he was holding it, and then he just started running. And then you just saw when he started moving, that throw just when he ran and threw it to Crowder crossing route. That was great. I mean, Sam is not the issue, man. Sam, he just doesn't have enough talent around him. And, we just need to trade and start building around him. I don't know about I think if we had Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, whoever came here, it would be the same issue. Then people would be saying the same thing about them. Oh, we got to get him out of here. If Sam was, this was us 3 years ago with Sam. We were in the same position now. So what are we going to do? Reset the clock and start over again when Sam was a generational talent 3 years ago when we got him. They was like, oh, he was supposed to be number 1 to the Browns over Baker Mayfield. And now
that's a fact.
Everybody's like, he's a bum. Get him out of here. If we gave him the same thing as Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield, Sam would be a lot better. And we didn't, and that's just what it is. But we got to try to resolve the issues now.
Yeah, we do. And even, moving forward from him, when you stay on with this offense, man, They keep running Gore like crazy. He has 23 carries today. Clearly, he's our franchise running back.
I don't mind Gore if he was just on the bench tutoring guys. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But when you got him in front of Josh Adams and my God, the other running back, he was just running so well today. Why would you put Frank Gore in? And you're trying to see what these guys have. Even Lamarcus Huron, when he gets back, he doesn't even touch the ball as much as Frank Gore. And I think just the post game today with Adam Gates, where he said, we have a Hall of Fame running back. That's what he's thinking in his mind. Like, this guy is the greatest thing since pumpkin pie or something. That's what Adam Gates thinking for Frank Gore.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. I will you like Frank Gore, like Adam Gates loves Frank Gore. You gotta find somebody like that.
Yeah, but what's crazy is, again, Frank Gore did seal the game with the first down. I'm very appreciative of that. It was phenomenal to see that. But again, Ty Johnson, to me, and you talked about it, just the way that he was running so well, not just particularly, handing the ball because he only got 3 carries, but the way he was effective in the passing game. He was the guy that got the first TD.
Of course.
He was running so smooth. He was getting away from guys. He was able to catch the football coming out the backfield. I mean, what were your thoughts about his contribution today offensively for us when we were able to get him the football?
Oh, it got us rolling. He got us the first touchdown, getting us out catching the ball out the backfield, telling them, get off me, don't pull on my jersey. He was running through them. So I think that was good. Yeah. And I know Frank Gore is it seems like he's a bruiser. Like, you just run him up the middle all the time. But that was just the fourth and 1 play. But other than that, I think we just need to go with these young guys, see what they have. And I know we all talk about seeing what Clark has, Cameron Clark, seeing what he had. Zuniga came in and he got a penalty. So we just got to see what these young guys have and who are the building blocks. Because I'm a firm believer on getting away from Jordan Jenkins just because of what I saw from Frankie Louvu and all the other guys that's behind him, and they put in the work just as it seems like their production is more than Jordan Jenkins because Frankie Louvu was in the back all day. And so I think it's just time to let these young guys come in and start. They've been playing good. If they got to win, I think these young guys deserve to play more, get more time.
Yeah, I think you're talking about guys like John Franklin Myers that was able to come in and play really well. Neville Hewitt was out there. Frankie Louvu. Yeah, there's a lot of guys. And, I've heard people talking about that as well, getting, moving on from Jordan Jenkins. Hey, I'm with it, especially even if you want to draft a guy, that's going to come in and try to give you some protection from that spot as well. I wouldn't necessarily be against that at all. But I tell you what, like you said, those young backers were able to put pressure. Hell, Quinnen Williams today was phenomenal. When I tell you phenomenal before he went out, dealing with the stuff he had to deal with, but he was phenomenal. The pressure that he got, the sacks. Nathan Shepard was in there as well doing his thing. I mean, hell, before the game, we were all talking about how Fadukasi not playing was going to be huge. It was like, oh, man, we're so worried about how the front is going to react to that. How, we worried about getting ran on. But those two guys really put pressure, particularly early in the game, and forced Goff into a lot of mistakes, though, right? Were you surprised that we got so much pressure from our front defensive linemen?
Yeah, I'm definitely shocked because now you can see this squad and just be like, okay, it's the next man up mentality, what they've been preaching so long. But we couldn't see any production because of, whatever it was that happened. Either they wasn't paying attention to details or what it was. But today they came and focused, crossed all their I's and dotted their T's and everything. So I think that was great just to see that. And it's something to build on for the next game and the next game. And then just imagine Mosley and Patrick Owusu around that they have already. So I think that would be something even better to look into.
I'm back, everyone. Blog Talk is tripping. I apologize. Venom G's, again, please call back in if you're hearing me or if you can. Blog Talk be hating on me, man. I don't know what's going on with Blog Talk these days. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I have no clue what's going on. I apologize to the calls that I missed. Blog Talk crashed, but I was able to Blog Talk, you got to get it together. Even Blog Talk is trying to hate on the Jets win, bro. Even Blog Talk. It's insane. Come on, Blog Talk. What are you? Are you a Rams fan? Is that what it is? The people that are Rams fans work for Blog Talk. Do you not want to hear about this W that the Jets got today? It's not my fault. You know, blame Sam Darnold. He's the guy that came out today and really put it on. You know what I'm saying? Don't be upset with me. Don't be upset with me, Blog Talk. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault. It's not my fault, Blog Talk. You know what I'm saying? It is not my fault. So, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is there. It is what it is there, Blog Talk. You want to hate on me? No issues whatsoever. I'm hoping that everyone, you know, can hear me again now. Let me know if you can. Blog Talk is something else. But, you know, hopefully, you know, Venom G's is going to call back in. I'd love to, you know, continue the discussion with him. But, listen, the Jets today were phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. The way that they played, you know, the way that Sam Darnold was able to come out and throw strikes, you know, man, he just looks so good. And I'm so excited about it. And I understand, again, that people are upset. Some people are upset. Some people are excited going forward with him. But he showed you today that when put in the situation, salute to everybody, again, all the savages in the chat, it's Blog Talk, man. They keep hating on the kid. You know what I'm saying? They keep hating on the kid, but they're not going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? We got Rams fans working for Blog Talk. They're trying to shut me down. Again, salute to Venom G's. Hopefully he can call back. We can hear from him. You can continue to call in because the lines are open. We're going to be open for a little bit, so a little bit longer. But listen, man, the fight and the grit and the grind that the Jets showed today, the no quit in them, they just continued to move forward. They didn't stop. They didn't allow things to get in the way of this victory today. They didn't. They just kept pushing. They just kept pushing, you know? And that's what you want to see, especially when you have young players. And again, Frank Gore being ran 1,000 times, not necessarily excited about that. But I'll tell you what, when Ty Johnson was given the ball and he was allowed to go out there and do his thing, he made plays. Crowder had some critical catches as well. Hell, even, you know, Herndon was welcome to the league. He had 3 catches today too, and some spots. He made some plays as well. You know, but I'm telling you, today was about Darnold, particularly offensively. But defensively, Quinnen Williams, all those boys on that side, man. Nathan Shepard, the impact that he had running the football, or the impact that he had rushing the football. You know, bringing Jared Goff into all type of rush situations. Our secondary, Hall catching that interception. You know, Marcus May with his plays as well. This defense stepped up. They did not listen to the critics. They put all of that aside and just kept fighting. Bro. So I love that. I love the no quit in our team. And again, special teams is big for us too. Very, very big. You know, Ficken came in, made some solid kicks for us, was 3 for 3. The punter, you know, he had a leg on him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, this team just raised up and played well. And again, we were at the Rams' house. They swung West Coast and did this. That is huge. That is huge. We need to continue with the momentum. And I don't agree that just because we won today and just because we don't have the first pick means that we can't attract good coaches here. I don't think that's true at all. I'm going to go to the chat really quickly. Talk to the Savages. I haven't talked to y'all much tonight. Again, Venom G's, if he wants to call back in, he can. You know, Blog Talk having issues. I had quite a bit of traffic tonight, but I'm going to keep on with the show for quite a bit longer. Salute to Val Outlaw in the chat. Salute to you. Val Outlaw in the chat says, Mekhi Becton was not letting nobody through. I think Mekhi Becton is the all-pro this year. Yo, seriously, real talk, he was. He was phenomenal today as well. Mekhi Becton, good as usual. Here's another guy we got in the draft as an impact player. So I'm excited about that. Mekhi played well as well today, you know. And again, Sam's play, escaping pressure, moving around, handling things, that was huge for us. That was so huge for us. Loved it. Loved this win. You know, I know it upset some people, but hey, we got it. It is what it is. Man, I'm extremely excited about our secondary, man. Because I'm telling you, I thought coming into the game that we were going to have big-time issues with Cooper Kupp and Woods. And Cooper Kupp only had like 39 yards today. Only had 39 yards. You know, we really, put the clamps on the Rams offense. There was times where we were getting gashed here and there, but I mean, Goff only threw for 209 yards today. That's big. That's big. That's big. You know, there's a lot of stuff we can build on, a lot of young players we can be excited about too. But one thing we must cut down on is the idiotic penalties. You cannot do that. In clutch times, we gotta become more disciplined. We gotta step it up. But man, I'm excited. This Jets win was so big. It was huge for us. It was huge. Jets, man. Jets. So we'll see how everything happens going forward. I know people are upset about this win, you know. At the lines open, I had tons of callers tonight. It was phenomenal to speak to everybody. It was absolutely phenomenal. I apologize again for Blog Talk. It's tripping. No, Venom G's. It was Blog Talk, man. It was on me. But you can call back in, Venom, if you can. I definitely, I'd love to speak to Venom G's again and finish his thoughts. So if you want to call back in, you can definitely come on, and I'll bring you on immediately. But let me tell you something. We've got to cut down the penalties. We've absolutely got to do that. Because when you play teams like we played, if you want to be a very good team in this league, if you want to, ascend, be a playoff team, eventually win it all or whatever, you can't be heavily penalized like we've been this season at times. You cannot do that. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You can't play like that. You've got to play more discipline in the clutch. That's why I was all over guys like Bless Austin. You can't have the penalties that we saw. You can't have it. So I'm going to continue to go back to the lines again. I apologize to people. Blog Talk was tripping, but we're going to continue. We got a little bit of time left on the show. I'm going to go to 432. I'm coming directly to you, and I want you to give me your thoughts on this Jets win today. Jets beat, the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, 23-20. How are you feeling about this victory, and how are you feeling about the play of Sam Darnold?
Man, I can't believe it, but I've been telling everybody all year they're going to beat a team that they shouldn't beat. But I'm going to take all the credit right now because I had Cooper Kupp and Jared Goff in my DraftKings, so that's why they got the win today.
You made sure to start them, huh?
Yeah, I made sure. I was like, man, this is going to ball out on them. It's going to be crazy. Oh man, it was amazing.
People called into the show before, and I told them, hey, start that man, start that man.
Yeah.
Start him. But I respect it. I'm not going to bash you for it. But I want to get your thoughts today on the play of Sam Darnold. Man, played a clean game, no turnovers. How are you feeling about that?
He is what he is. He's what we thought he is. Man, he's the man. Mm-hmm. He is our guy. Yeah. Everybody talks about let's tank for Trevor and all this other stuff, and I mean, if you just give this guy a team, he's got it. Everybody blitzes every single play. He's under duress every single play. I mean, you stick Trevor back there, and it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
No respect for what Adam Gase puts out there. Adam Gase tried to give the game away right there at the end of the game. You saw it.
That's a fact.
He tried to give it away.
That's where I wanted to go with you next. Just looking at Adam Gase in the situation here, what were your thoughts about his play calling today? Because at times it was very good, weirdly, oddly, because we never see him call some of the stuff that he calls, especially with the motions. But then there were times, particularly during that third quarter, that second quarter, the end of the second quarter, and even some parts in the third quarter where you just were confused about what exactly he was doing. How did you feel about his performance today as a play caller?
It's just super conservative. You get into the fourth quarter and you have the time that you need to attack. You need the first down. What does he do? 2 yards, Frank Gore. Let's do this. Let's keep running. Yeah. Let's do 3 runs and let's see where we get on third down. It's like we can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
We
can't.
And nobody wants to play for this guy either. Like if you would have asked me a year ago, if you would have told me Jamal Adams will be gone, Le'Veon Bell will be traded, we'd be talking about getting rid of Sam Darnold. I'd have been like, what? What are you doing? And it's just because of this guy. Nobody wants to play for him. But these guys, give all the credit to the guys. They showed up today, and they balled out.
Yeah, they did. What were your thoughts about the play of the defense, particularly Quinnen Williams? How do you feel about the impact that he had on this football game?
Oh, man. I mean, he showed who he is. it's unbelievable. A lot of people question, like, oh, you shouldn't have taken him so high. I mean, dude, he's an all-pro in waiting. I hated to see him go out like that, and I hope he's okay. But man, he showed out.
Yeah. And my final question for you before I let you go: there's a lot of thoughts and process, or there's a lot of people that have a thought process now. Now that we don't have the number one pick, shored up and sealed up again. There's still some games left, so who knows what can happen going forward. But now that we don't have that pick shored up, that it could really lead us to be an unattractive place for head coaching candidates or anything like that. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that head coaches won't want to come here because we don't have the first round pick now, or because there's more of a possibility that we might stick with Darnold, even though, there's some other quarterbacks that are going to be, in that draft that, we could be looking at as well. But what are your thoughts on that whole situation? Do you think the Jets are a completely unattractive spot for a head coach now?
I believe with Sam Darnold and Mekhi Becton, there's so many pieces to build around. If they end up with the number one pick, I mean, that's going to be even more attractive for somebody like Bieniemy or somebody like that. So hopefully we get somebody in here who's an offensive-minded coach. I think even if we don't have the number one pick, Darnold's you can build around Darnold, no question.
Yeah.
There's pieces on defense. You got to shore that up. Mosley's coming back next year, and you can build around that. There's a little bit of pieces, but I think it's really attractive. I mean, Darnold, he's the man. And people try to talk Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if you heard the interview on Dan Patrick where he was talking to Trevor Lawrence, like talking him out, like, have you seen the Jets play? Don't watch them. They suck, blah, blah, blah,
Well, yeah.
So maybe it's better if he doesn't come here,
Yeah. Yeah. So, before I let you go, what is your top head coaching candidate? Who exactly do you want? Who's your number one guy that you'd love to see the Jets bring in?
Bieniemy, without a doubt. Okay. I watch how he does with the Chiefs. All the players love him. He's kind of like a mastermind in the offense, and I know Andy Reid calls all the plays, but he's the one in the back room drawing these things up. So you let him run. Yeah. I think all the players can rally around him because like Adam Gaze, I don't think a lot of the defensive players know who he is. You know what I mean? He's not like a, you know what I mean? Like he disappears into a basement sometimes and he's not a natural leader. I think Bieniemy is a true leader. Everybody will rally around him, and if they can get a good defensive coordinator in there, it's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. Listen, my friend, it was great to speak with you. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go now. Look, it was phenomenal to talk with you. It was a great time. You're a heck of a fan. You know your stuff. Next time I have a show, I need you to call in, my friend. It was good to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
All right, you have a good night,
man. Stuff, Joe. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, bro. You have a good one. Phenomenal caller right there. Phenomenal caller. Great to speak to him. Man, listen, everybody's fired up. This win for some people, it was huge. It was huge. I respect it. I respect people that, didn't want to, get this win today. They're upset. I respect your take. I respect it. But, for me, this Jets victory, it was sweet. I ain't gonna lie. It was sweet. It was nice to see the Jets go out, put something together, and get themselves a W. It was sweet. It was sweet. No 0-16 here. That's what I could say. Now going forward, we'll see how the future. We'll see what the future holds going forward. But man, I like this. I like Sam Darnold going out and playing well. I like the offense, looking more competent than it has pretty much all season. Even though there were some spots where we were wondering, especially running the football in the second quarter with a minute and something left, when you're supposed to be in your 2-minute drive, what are you doing? Running Frank Gore crazy. But hey, it doesn't matter. Adam Gaze will be gone. Okay? Adam Gaze will be gone at the end of this season, and we'll move on, and we'll find the next guy, and he's going to be good, and we'll continue to push forward. And we'll see what happens with the roster. But today is the Jets' day. That's what today is, and I'm hyped about that. So listen, I'm going to close out the show now. I want to thank everyone for listening, everyone for calling in. You folks are the greatest. Seriously, you folks are the best. I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, everybody. to you and your families. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. There's a lot of things going on. I want everybody to be safe and, have a good time with their families. Enjoy yourselves. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the last show before Christmas because, I'm going to be doing my thing, traveling, moving around, so I'm not going to be able to do a show. But for those of you that, again, that follow me on my YouTube, I will be posting videos. I'll continue to talk about the Jets. But after Christmas is definitely when I'm going to have a show. I'm going to continue on my shows and stuff like that. So, you're going to miss me for, that Christmas week. But after that, we'll definitely continue forward, and I'm going to be doing radio shows. I'm going to continue the shows all throughout the offseason as well. We're going to talk about the draft we got coming up. We're going to talk about free agency. We're going to talk about all that stuff. Okay, and Blog Talk is not going to get in the way of that. Okay, Blog Talk big hating. That's a fact. Blog Talk be on something else. Okay, but I'm not going to let that stop us. Keep calling in. I'll keep talking to y'all. We'll keep going back and forth, and talking about the Jets and even, everybody. I respect everybody's take, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? And we can go back and forth and debate respectfully. I'm telling you, don't curse on my show. I'll get you out of here fast. Don't do that. I'll get you out of here faster than Adam Gase can call a dive on first down with Frank Gore. Get you out of here. I'll get you out of here. That's fast. That's fast. So, but again, happy holidays to everyone. All right. So, listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000, the 3 zeros. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Darnold jersey on. Okay? I will have my Darnold jersey on today. Yes, I will. Yeah, I will have that Darnold jersey on. You want to know why I'll have that Darnold jersey on today? Because he was 22 of 31, 207 yards and a touchdown, and he should have had more than that had it not been for Braxton Berrios and his drop. Yeah, so I'll have that Darnold jersey on. He propelled us to victory today. I will. You want to follow me? I'll follow you right back as well. We can go back and forth on Twitter. I'm also on YouTube too, okay? I'm also on YouTube at Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets, okay, is the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Turn on your notifications for that channel. You want to troll me in the comments on my videos? Please do. Love going back and forth. I also live stream on that channel as well. So if you want to check the show during the live stream, it'll be up there streaming as well as on Blog Talk too. Blog Talk, whatever. So as always, people, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. That will cost you absolutely nothing, especially in these times. A lot of things going on. But the Jets got a victory today. It's time to show everybody the love. Free hugs, and they will always remain free. Always. So you folks have a good one. Peace.